guys, welcome to Sunday Palengke Season 2 and we are back! Ayoko gumamit ng sound kasi baka ma-copyright. Tap nyo na. Hey guys, hey, welcome to Sunday Palengke Season 2. First episode, this is the pilot for Season 2. And thank you for being here. It's been over 2 months since we last saw each other on this show. And thank you for being here. Sorry if di ako makasalita ng maayos kasi may singam akong malaki dito. Tapos hindi ko ma-open yung mouth ko ng mas maayos. Anyway, if you're new here, hello. Welcome to the show. This is Sunday Palengke where we talk shit and we talk about whatever you want. And if you are an old timer, an old Sunday Palengke subscriber, hi, welcome back. Welcome back to me. I don't know if you missed the show, but I definitely missed you guys. I missed talking to you. And I missed this show. Let's get things started. We missed a lot. Do I want to touch base? Touch base yung mga sinasabi sa meeting para mukhang may sinasabi. I want to touch base on this. Just one. The Christine Becerra case. Oh my God, let her rest. Let the girl rest. The PNP wants to open the case again after it's been closed 100 times. Please let the girl rest and stop it with this gagawin ng movie, gagawing patron saint. Stop it. Let the girl rest. Yun lang. That's what I have to say about Christine. Anyway, off to our main topics for today. Okay, let's start. This isn't a new topic because this kid has been attacked and pounced on for being different and being non-conventional. Even before, this isn't the first time na inattack siya on social media for the way he acts. We're talking about Bimby here. Nakakatawa lang when hetero people say, "Oh my God, that's so gay," and I'm just like, how do you know? How do you know it's gay? Are you speaking from experience? I mean, for a hetero person, you sure do know a lot about being gay. Like, how do you know? That's what's funny to me. So, that's my first thing. It's quite funny how it's all hetero people attacking this child. And not to add, pero mga pangit pa talaga yung nagko-comment. Honestly, leave them alone. And for us, upcoming adults, let's let children express themselves the way they want to express themselves because how they express themselves is probably the best way they know how. Honestly, Ren, like from a 25-year-old perspective, once I do become a parent, which I want to become a parent, I think if we start treating children at times as adults, I think we'll have like a better relationship with the young people. Next, about Bim again, like jumping off of what happened to Bimby. The way someone expresses themselves is not a direct manifestation of their sexuality. Someone can be extremely feminine and be a straight man, and vice versa. Someone can be extremely masculine and be gay. I don't think that's super hard to understand. But guys, have you for everyone who thinks otherwise, like to any straight person out there who thinks that gay people are just fairies and unicorns and glitter and pink and soft Sunday serve and femininity, I highly suggest you watch gay porn. If you can, if you're allowed to, I highly suggest that you watch gay porn. It will widen your horizons on what gay people can be. Like it's time to get out of that homophobic box you live in and see the world as it is and acknowledge that there are different people with unique expressions, unique identities. And you can start with gay porn. And honestly, like difference and uniqueness makes the world better, don't you think? And parang come to think of it, speaking of gender, there are 7 billion plus people in this world, right? And we expect to put everyone in labels. I'm super okay with labels. I think it's nice that we are able to identify ourselves because before it's just, binary, male, female. I mean, colonization did it to us. Pero yung what we're used to is it's male and female and then nagkaroon tayo ng other labels like gay, lesbian, bi, trans, and then we have pan, we have non-binary, and then we have all of these labels, and it's nice that you can identify yourself with other people, right? It makes the world a little bit of an easier place to live in. Pero in my head, I am gay, but there is no one as gay as what do I mean? I am uniquely gay in my own right. No one is exactly the same gay as me. Gets? And same to you. If you're straight, there's no one as uniquely straight as you. You're uniquely straight by yourself. if there are 7 billion people in the world, there are equally 7 billion different expressions, 7 billion different identities. So if you like enclose yourself to this ideology that gay people are only this, you need to check yourself before I check it for you.
Do you see it now? Or should we finish this on the board?
And last two, end this whole gender thing about how we approach gender expressions and identities. Identifying other people's gender isn't our business. That's their business to identify themselves. Because people's expressions, identity, people's gender aren't any of our fucking business.
One more time? It's none of your damn business. Shut up.
Your gender isn't my business. Bimby's gender isn't my business. That's his business.
Maybe if you had a business that you were passionate about, then you would know what it takes to run a business, but you don't. So don't even act like you know what I'm talking about.
This also extends to like transphobic people. This is my general rule, okay? What's between your legs is none of my business unless you make it my business.
This is business.
So yeah, that's my whole take on the whole gender thing. It's 2021. Like, come live with us. Okay, let's talk about the vaccine. Good news first, like for me, it's great now we are now starting vaccination. We have Sinovac there. It's a step forward in the right direction. But let's not forget that there is this certain person who didn't do his job. Let's just not forget that he did not do his job to secure the 10 million doses of Pfizer that was supposed to be here last January. Let's not forget that. Also, I think that the higher officials that are promoting this vaccine should get this vaccine just to earn public trust because syempre ang dami nating doubts about the vaccine. I don't get it. And I read a lot and I read the news every day. I get updated. I read news abroad. And ako na merong access sa information, hindi gets yung nangyayari fully. Paano yung mga walang access sa information? And ang access lang nila is our local news. And they see na the higher officials who are promoting this vaccine aren't taking the vaccine. Make it make sense. To parang, I don't know, dumb it down. Di ba nga pag inuman, kapag may nag-offer sa'yo ng shot, sabihin mo saan yung sayo para sabay kayo mag-shot. Sa vaccine pa kaya? I think it's a bad analogy, but whatever. Pero don't get me wrong, I applaud every single person who already got the vaccine except for the PSG who smuggled their vaccine here that was not FDA approved. Except them. I hope that everyone who got the vaccine is healthy. It's yung popular quote going around now is the best vaccine is the vaccine that's available. And yeah, I get that. Like protection, no matter how small it is, better than none. But you know, with this, I have questions also. Kasi if that's the rationale behind it, edi I'll take na the Sinovac vaccine gets. I'll take it. Because it's protection. Like, this is my honest, curious question. If there's a doctor watching, a vaccinologist watching, someone from the FDA or DOH watching this video, which is highly unlikely. If I do decide to get the Sinovac vaccine, which is 50%, right? Can I take the Pfizer vaccine after, which is 90%, to make it 140? Hindi, char, hindi. Can I take two vaccines for COVID-19? Has there been studies on people getting two vaccines? Will it be effective? Or should I just wait it out and wait for the Pfizer vaccine? Because if I can take the both of them, para gets, while I'm waiting for the Pfizer one, I'm 50% protected. I'll take the Sinovac now, and then kapag dumating yung Pfizer, I'll take the Pfizer. But if I can't, I'd rather wait for the Pfizer vaccine. Next on the docket is the Bakasyon statement of Harry Roque, which, this statement from Harry Roque came from the announcement na meron tayong special working days which will be All Souls, New Year's Eve and Christmas Eve. And it's funny how they thought of this right in the middle of a crisis where it's not a priority. Parang sabi nila, ano kaya pwede natin gawin na hindi relevant? Dagdagan natin yung working days. Ganun ata yung nangyayari sa head nila. So, you know, from my perspective, I think All Souls Day is okay because, oh my God, my cat. Maria! Greet them! No? You don't like? Okay, so I think November 2 is fine because diba parang working holiday naman talaga siya. But this is the thing with Christmas Eve and New Year's, and that people are rushing to get home as early as they can. Lalo na yung mga pumunta ng province. They wanna take that extra time to travel. Kasi nga, sabay-sabay umuwi. And then tatanggalin pa nila yung day right before the holiday. Anyway, back to Harry Potter. I think kaya rin nasabi yun kasi nga namin yung bakasyon this year, 'di ba? Nagbuswanga siya, tapos nagburakay siya, tapos nagkakaraoke siya habang nalulunod yung norte. So, I understand why he felt like it was a vacation. And to call it a vacation is highly insensitive. I know a lot of people have said this already. It's highly insensitive to the people who have lost their jobs, who are hungry, who have lost their loved ones to the pandemic. And coming from the presidential spokesperson, it's just so distasteful. Anyway, after that, he goes on to clarify what his statement meant. But really, how straightforward can you get? Like, how does ang tagal na nating nakabakasyon need an explanation? It's so straightforward. But like, honestly, again, hindi na ako nagagulat kasi we expect this from them. Okay, next up is the Jeep modernization, yung EJEEP modernization that we're doing. I'm only putting this here because someone on IG asked for me to cover it. I do have a couple of thoughts about jeepneys and the EJEEP modernization, but I'm not super when it comes to this topic, I'm not super the best versed to talk about it. But, to give lang like a gen pop perspective on it, I guess. This is like all from stock knowledge on what I think. I am a jeepney rider. I am a public commuter when I was in college. So I guess there's some experience from here. Will I read about it more? Yes, of course. Will I attend EDs when I get the chance to? Yes, of course I will. But here's just what's in my head and what I think should happen. I think one, I am for modernization, but there are big buts, right? I'm for the shift to e-jeeps and have like a more environmentally friendly way of transportation. I think jeepneys are outdated, and I think drivers, transport workers, and the public commuters deserve a better way of transportation. Do I think we should do it now in the middle of this pandemic? No, I do not. Do I think we should prioritize it? No, I think whoever's in charge of the EJEEP, am I focused? Whoever's in charge of the EJEEP modernization thing should first focus on helping the drivers who have lost their jobs, because there are plenty on the streets, the drivers who are out of jobs because nga hindi sila makapasada. I think they should focus on that first before this modernization thing. And before I continue with this jeepney modernization scheme, I've discussed this a lot with my parents and family members or friends pa nakakasabay ko sa kotse. Honestly, before, and I think a lot of people think this way also, I used to be the person na nagagalit or naiirita, na annoy, napipikon kapag yung mga jeep or any other public utility vehicle nagsastop sa mga hindi loading-unloading zone and they're causing traffic, or biglang from the inner lane they go to the outer lane just to drop or get passengers gets. I used to be so annoyed. I'm sobrang minumura ko yung mga driver. Of course, inside my car. I don't like curse them ng ano. Like, recently lang din, siguro a year ago, I've learned na parang it's not necessarily the fault of the drivers. It's actually a result of the system they're in. Let me explain why. And this is, I don't know if a lot of people think this way or have thought about this, but if you guys already knew, late na ako di sa thinking na to, but let me share it with you. This, I think, this is the fault of the boundary system. Again, this is super general population knowledge. I know my knowledge on this won't be as proficient. Here's what I think. Okay, but the boundary system, as far as my knowledge goes, is parang they need to reach a certain quota, they need to gas their jeep, and then whatever is left, yun yung kikitain nila. So, basically, the problem roots from, besides the fact that we don't have a scheduled transport system, the boundary system makes drivers have a quick turnover of passengers. So, mas maraming ma-pick up, mas maraming ma-drop off sa isang ruta, mas okay. Sa mas maraming bababa, mas maraming aakyat, sa jeep nila, mas okay. And this causes them to ignore mga traffic laws. So, kasi nga, kapag hindi nila min-maximize yung nag-in and out sa jeep nila in one go, they won't reach their quota. And in return, wala silang mauuwing pera sa mga pamilya nila for all their hard work. So they have to do everything they can to load and unload passengers in one route. Gets? Kaya they had to stop in the middle of the road. They have to swerve. They have to stop at mga non-loading unloading places. And it's because of the boundary system. See, if we remove the boundary system and we give our transport workers a fixed, livable, more than livable, and fair wage, then we might be solving a lot of problems in just changing the boundary system to a fixed, fair wage system. I say it's gonna domino effect. Kasi when we give a fixed wage to our drivers, the number of people they pick up and drop off in one route doesn't matter na. So, yung efficiency now is they have to get from A to B and B to A the fastest. So, now they're just enforced to stop at every loading bay. So, the number of people that goes in and out of their vehicle does not matter anymore. In turn, yung mga taong sumasakay, sabihin nila, na ay ba't di na tumitigil dito? Ay ba't di na ako pinipick up or di na drop off dito? They start noticing that, so they start to adjust their practice na dito lang ako sa loading bay kasi dito na nagbababa. Kasi hindi na umuubra yung kaya saan ka bababa or sasakay kasi hindi na siya nagmamatter. Hindi na siya nagmamatter sa driver kung ilan yung mapipick up at madadrop off niya. Kasi meron na siyang fixed wage. Sana I'm explaining myself well. So again, removing the boundary system and changing it to a fair wage system will solve a lot of our problems. Sobrang domino effect niya. It's traffic, people's attitude towards, people's obedience towards where to load and unload. I just noticed na parang sometimes we're so quick to blame on what we see directly and blame them right away. And sometimes we just need to step back and look at the bigger picture and ask why they're acting like that. Bakit ganun yung practices nila? And maybe it's a systemic problem, you know, and not necessarily their fault. So, okay, back to EJEEPs again. I think we should modernize if, one, we have helped our drivers already and make sure they survive this pandemic. Number two, if the purchasing, maintenance of EJEEPs are burden ng government and not the drivers. Number three, we have a fixed, fair, and more livable wage for our transport workers. Number four, we have a better design for the EJEEP to help minimize the spread of COVID-19. So that's my thought about the EJEEP thing. I probably missed a lot of details and medyo maraming loopholes. But hey, those are my ideas for that. And that's why we're here. And that's why we're talking about it. Okay, which leads me to our TikTok treasure.
TikTok treasure.
Okay, so tinanong sa Instagram, diba? And then I was writing my script about it. What I wanna say, what I knew, and then kagabi I was scrolling through TikTok, and then he was here before. Lolo Gab is here on TikTok Treasure this week because he explained it very, very well. So here's your Lolo Gab from TikTok, from the Sampayan, on his thoughts on the EJEEP modernization.
Ay, ako nga pala yung sumasabi sa jeep kasi mahangin. Ako yon si Gab at welcome sa Sampayan. Noong mga nakaraang linggo, nabigyan ako ng situationer tungkol sa topic natin for today. Ang feeling special ko noon kasi mag-isa lang ako sa Zoom meeting tapos may dalawang nag-represent sa akin. Okay, shoutout kay Yusha at kay Mariel. Ang video ito ay in partnership with League of Filipino Students, UP Diliman, at ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon ang jeepney phase-out at ang peking modernisasyon. Disclaimer, ako lang to, gusto ko lang i-share yung aking mga natutunan dun sa situationer na yun. Kaya I encourage you to join educational discussions para alamin mismo kung anong sitwasyon ng ating mga tsuper. Una, deadline. Ang deadline para magkaroon ng panibagong EJEEP ay March 31, 2021. Malapit na. Ilang beses nang na-move yung deadline mula pa last year kasi laging tinututulan ng ating mga tsuper. Kapag wala pa silang EJEEP by that time, ang turing na sa kanila ay colorum. In other words, illegal. Number 2, pandemya at protocols. So alam mo naman na sa kalagitnaan ng pandemya, di ba? Ng isang pandesal, ng isang pandekoko, karamihan sa atin ay nawalan ng trabaho tapos bawal pang pumasada. So paano na yon? Paano na yung deadline natin? Paano natin yun mamimit, di ba? Bawal daw silang pumasada kasi daw hindi daw to safe kasi magkakalapit, magkakatapat. When actually, mas ligtas nga ang traditional na jeep kasi open ito. Hindi katulad ng mga e-jeep ng mga bus at ng UV Express na kulong, okay? At walang circulation. Nakapagtaka kasi yung mga close na hindi safe, pwedeng pumasada. Pero yung mga traditional at safe, bawal. Ginagamit yung opportunity na to para mas mapabilis yung modernisasyon. Pangatlo, pautang at kita. Ang isang EJEEP ay 1.6 million pesos. Walang trabaho, bawal pumasada at meron pang pandemanilang nangyayari dito. Paano yun babayaran ng mga driver operators natin? Pero okay lang naman daw kasi may pautang naman daw na may 6% interest per annum na kailangan mong bayaran ng 7 years. Kasama pa nun, meron ka pang 80,000 na subsidy. Pero isipin mo yun, ano ang 80,000 pesos? 80,000. Ano ang 80,000 sa 1.6 million? Huh? So, kayod-kayod na lang. Wala nang sinayang at ulam, wala nang tuition si Joanna, si Bunso, wala nang tubig kuryente, wala nang meds at maintenance. So, kayod-kayod na lang sa bagsak na ekonomiya at meron pang pandireglang nangyayari? No. At ang gagawa rin ng mga EJEEP na to ay mga foreign companies. So kikita sila sa paggawa ng mga EJEEP na hindi naman akma sa kalupaan at klima natin dito sa Pilipinas at hindi naman natulungan na sarili nating industriya habang lubog pa sa utang ating mga tsuper. Apat, fleet management system. Noon, pwede kang magkaroon ng sarili mong jeep, maging single unit operator at mamasada. Ngayon, hindi na pwede kasi para magkaroon ka ng prangkisang mamasada, kailangan mo na 10 EJEEP. Ang isang EJEEP nga hindi mo mabili. Paano pa kaya pag 10? Kaya ang kakagat lang dito ay mga negosyante na kayang bumili ng 10 at mag-operate. At sa fleet management system rin, meron kang kota. Bali, araw-araw sa pamamasada, meron kang 3,500 pesos na kota mo at kailangan mo ibigay doon sa korporasyon para sweldohan kanila. Sweldohan ng minimum or above minimum wage. So noon, pwede kang magkaroon ng sarili mong jeep at kumita, pero ngayon magiging isa kang empleyadong kontraktual na kumikita lang ng minimum wage. Panglima, lastly, neoliberalismo. So ito yung gobyerno. Tapos ito yung public transport. Ang ginagawa ng neoliberalismo ay ipinapasa ng gobyerno ang tungkulin nila dito sa public transport at pinapasa dahan-dahan sa mga negosyo. Pag ang public transport ay napasa kamay na ng mga negosyante, konti na lang ang say ng gobyerno kung paano to patakbuhin. Bali, pwede nang tumaas o bumaba ang pamasahe kung anong vibe nila that day. At hindi ibig sabihin nun ay maganda pa rin ang serbisyo. Sa magandang example, MRT at LRT. Pag may-ari ng mga korporasyon, mahal ang pamasahe pero inefficient. Wala naman sigurong tutol sa modernisasyon. Go tayo sa solar, go tayo sa electric and everything, pero hindi sa ganitong paraan, di ba? Modernize with the heart, ika nga. 500,000 na mga driver, 300,000 na operator at 2 milyong pamilya ang apektado nito. Habang nasa kalagitnaan pa ng isang malaking panda ballpen. Kaya tulungan natin ang ating mga driver operator laban sa peking modernisasyon ng gobyerno. Pag-usapan natin at mag-sign tayo ng mga petitions. Kasi ang gusto lang naman ng mga driver natin ay kumita at maghanap buhay. Hindi katulad ng mga negosyong gusto lamang kumita. Lahat naman tayo gusto ng modernisasyon. Pero modernisasyon sana na hindi pahirap, na makamasa at hindi makadayuhan at makakapitalista.
So yeah, that was a lot of information. Even for me, opens up a lot of talking points again. So if you want to review his videos, I'll link his profile below so we can learn more. So yeah, I think it just says a lot about the importance of like educational discussions and knowing what really is the problem about the system. Anong kailangan natin baguhin. Gives a lot of perspective on the EJEEP modernization thing. So thank you, your Lola Gab, for your public service, honestly. I think you're smart and I think you're very, very entertaining. So thank you for educating us through TikTok. So let's head on to TikTok Trash.
TikTok Trash.
This wasn't on TikTok, but I saw this on Facebook. And it's kind of scary, honestly. This is that video I'm talking about.
Umila ka naman.
Hindi kita kaya babarilin kita. Pwede ba?
Sino ka ba?
Alis ako.
O siya, sige. Di mo kagad sinabi, boss. Sige.
I would simply cry. Feeling ko umiyak ako sa gitna ng daan. I would be scared for my life. I've decided to blur out the face because I don't want to get in trouble, but I'm speechless, to be honest. I don't have a lot to say about that. I think we all feel the same things about that. Actually, nung napanood ko ito, medyo kinalabutan ako and natakot ako also. Because that can happen to anyone. And what if he did pull out the gun and he did shoot and he got away with it? Gets? Because that happens a lot here if we haven't noticed. Ito, TikTok Trash, pero medyo funny lang siya. Here, I'll play it for you.
A lot of college students do not realize that the anus is not on the food pyramid.
Let me just say that dick and ass is 30% of my nutrition. Char.
You should wash your hands, you dirty pig.
Just to end this, before we end, it is now March 7. We have about 6 months before voter registration ends at September 30 or 31st, the end of September. So please, if you know someone who hasn't registered yet, please encourage them to register. We need people to register now and maximize the youth vote. And we have been tallying 3,000 plus cases the past few days. So please guards up. I know medyo sobrang luwag na sa labas ngayon, and personal experience, ang dami na around me na nagkaka-COVID, and it's super near me already. I'm glad I haven't contracted the virus. I tested negative last Tuesday. So yes, this is survival of the fittest already. So please, mga repa, stay alive and stay safe. So yeah, that was our pilot episode for season 2 of Sunday Palengke. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for being here with me even if tagal nating nawala. I put a lot of hard work on this show. I start to end, like production, everything, post-prod, script writing, research. So it's very important to me. Thank you for being here. If you have thoughts, opinions, comments, suggestions, just comment them down below. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media channels. They're here. If I can edit this correctly, they're gonna be here. It's at doracrybaby on all platforms. So yeah, thank you for spending your Sunday with me. Thank you for spending your Sunday night with me. This has been Sunday Palengke Season 2. See you next week. Bye!